Good morning, Porcupines. Welcome to your weekly fill of the POJO News. I'm your host, Blake.
And I'm your co-host, Carly. Today is Tuesday, December 2nd. Let's get right into it.
For last week's recap, everyone was hard at work, even on break. Our girls' basketball team has been busy lately with our varsity going to Keene Courtside Classic. Then, our JV went to Weatherford and scored. And last but not least, we have our girls total and Nolan Catholic both winning, with JV scoring 53-41 and varsity scoring 50-32. Good job, and we wish many more wonderful achievements from our promising basketball team. To add on to our basketball ramble, our boys' teams played against Holiday and fought hard with a close score of 50-44. Let's get pumped for an exciting season ahead of us. Our football team had also played last week against Panther Creek in the area round of playoffs, a close and hard-fought game, winning 49-49. And then we went to El Laredo and ended the season with 13-64. This has been the most stellar season in years, being one that we won't forget. Moving on, we had an SHS student leadership class thankfulness project during all lunches last week on 11/20, where they stood at the POJO wall with a camera and incentives, interviewing people and asking what they were thankful for, helping us remember all the priceless people in our life. The choir was also active over the break and had a pre-area competition, along with our jazz band, who had an ATSSB Region 30. Lastly, we had the wonderful chance to meet with Massage Therapy School, University of Texas, and the Weatherford College for our CCMR road trips last week. Thank you guys for spending time with us, and we hope you found their visits knowledgeable. Now, for this week's segment.
Athletics works hard and plays hard, but how do they bounce back? What really happens when a player injures a limb or gets tackled too hard? Our sports medicine team is the backbone of our athletic scene. They are devoted and dedicated to showing up at every game to ensure the safety of our players, so everyone can keep doing what they love, playing hard and helping others. Being a trainer is one of the most vital roles at a sports game. From wrapping up injuries, providing water, and even popping bones back into place. They do it all. But for Coach Hutch, this is more than a job. It's a passion. It's a way of life.
I have a very typical story, or I say typical story of how I got into it. When I was playing high school sports, I got injured, and I was seeing a physical therapist. The physical therapist and I got real close, and I was kind of wondering about the profession and how I could go about in my future to help athletes out and to help them with injuries to get them back to play. And I was really interested in how the body worked and how we can get them recovered from injuries and stuff like that. And I got more and more into that realm, and I realized I don't know if I want to be a physical therapist because they deal with a lot of geriatric population, which is older people. I wasn't interested in the old people, low backs. I was interested in dealing with the athletes in general. So I had a friend who was an athletic trainer, and I talked to him about how I could get into it. And he basically told me, hey, it's like PT, but you're on the field. And I was like, okay, that's exactly what I want to do. So I spent years in collegiate ball. I went to school at TCU. I got my first job at Stephen F. Austin. And my real life job was I was at the University of Houston covering baseball, as well as a little bit of football there too. And thought my way was going down collegiate sports, but I eventually found myself at the high school where I really enjoy working with high school athletes and helping them kind of get better, and then teaching my students as well on how to become athletic trainers or physical therapists in their future.
Our athletic trainers not only assist our athletes, but they also train the next generation of athletic trainers. And the student athletic trainers spend hours learning and mastering techniques to secure the safe and well-being of our players. Students like Carly Mathis, Lola Balado, and Taylor Warman.
I always wanted to be in the medical field, and I thought it would be a cool opportunity and a good experience.
I've learned that teamwork is one of the most important things ever. And we all need each other. And once we work together, everything will go along in its own position. And another thing I've learned is hydration. Stay hydrated. If you're in anything, just stay hydrated. It's going to make your life so much better.
After graduation, I want to go to TCU to study kinesiology, then transfer over to Oregon State to get my physical doctorate and then become a physical therapist.
They are not just taping ankles. Our student trainers are fully dedicated, staying with athletes through every on-field injury and following their entire journey back to health. They've earned their success through dedication and consistency. Our sports medicine team is set to be the players' path back to the game.
Thanks, Blake. This is Carly with The Point. Here's lunch for the rest of the week. First off, SHS is having our second blood drive on December 8th. You can sign up in your Porcupine portal, and those 16 or under will need a parent-signed permission slip from Ms. C, located in room 135. Remember, FCA meets Thursdays after school at 6:30 and Friday before school at 7:15. Everyone is welcome, so come hang out, grab a snack, and be encouraged. SHS's soccer team is having their tryouts December 1st to the 3rd, after school. You must have a physical on file before you try out. Wish a warm congratulations to our SHS Taffy members as they head to state. Check out the graphic on screen for more information. As we ease out of our Thanksgiving break, be sure to study, study, study. Some midterm exams will be held this month. Now, let's head over to Off the Radar with Josco.
Thanks, Carly. Here's your off the radar report. As we inch closer to winter, our lows will get even lower. A cold front is blowing through, leaving behind temperatures in the 50s to low 30s for the whole week. For the next few days, it will be partly cloudy with highs of 50 to 60 and low 30s. As we reach the later half of the week, it'll start looking cloudier as we reach a 50% chance of rain. Nights will be extra chilly as we enter the first week of December, reaching freezing temperatures. Several days this week, so be sure to bundle up. This has been Josco with your weather checkup. Now let's get the scoop from Blake.
Thanks, Josco. Now here's your weekly scoop. If you ordered bundt cakes back in November, they will be delivered on December 4th. The POJO Esports Fortnite team made playoffs for Texel, so say congratulations to them if you see them. For prom this year, tickets are on sale. These will be the lowest prices you can get all year. The theme for this prom is Masquerade Ball, so purchase tickets on RepTrack or on your Porcupine portal, and scroll down to Vanco events. You'll find the prom section there. Remember, you can always bring $1 to wear your hat on the last day of the school week. That's all for the scoop. Now over to our SAT Word of the Week.
Thanks, Blake. Now here's the SAT Word of the Week. Veracity. It is a noun and it means being true. When used in a sentence, the journalist's veracity was unquestionable. All his reports were meticulously fact-checked. That's all for today.
And until next time,
Keep it sharp, porcupines.
Have you ever wondered why you do the things you do? Like, why do you make the choices that you make? And why do the things that matter to you matter to you? You guys are making choices every day. Choices on who you're gonna be, where you're gonna go, and what you're gonna do for the rest of your life. And the reason why you guys make the choices that you make are simple. Some of you guys are trying to impress your parents and you care about what they say. Some of you guys really care about what your friends say, so you're trying to impress them. Some of you guys are really focused on your future and what you're gonna do for the rest of your life. So the choices you make are to make sure you're setting yourself up for that. You guys make huge decisions all the time. But there's no successful team, there's no successful company, and there's no successful business that gets anywhere without having a set of rules or values for why they do what they do. I call these having core values. And for me, I've got 6 core values I live by. And the first one, I call it stories, not stuff. And what stories, not stuff is simple. I want to live for an adventure. I want my life to be a story. That's what I care about. I live for the moments that I get to sit with my friends around a campfire and talk about the crazy adventure that we just have. I love the spontaneous things. That's what I care about. I don't want an epic house. I don't want an epic car. I don't care about clothes. What I care about are the adventures that I can have. It's really hot in here. That means I've got to live humble so I can take motorcycle trips with my friends, or so we can go backpacking through Europe. I call that living for stories, not stuff. The next core value that I have, I call it dreaming differently. Can you make the little bubbles? And this one's important for me because I don't want to copy someone else's path to success. So many people today spend all of their time watching what other people do, and then they try to copy what they see as successful, hoping that they can follow in line. But the truth is, that's not how I want to make it. I want to get where I'm going by doing it differently. I want to forge my own path. So when I make choices, I ask myself, am I copying someone else, or am I brave enough to dream differently? Another core value I have, I call it celebrating others. What I mean by that is how you celebrate the people around you says a lot about who you are as a person. Here's a good way to gauge if you celebrate others. When someone around you is successful, do you celebrate them, or do you get jealous or bitter? It's like this mindset of, I hope you have a great day, just not as good as mine. I see this play out all the time in high schools. There are kids who are jealous because their friends scored more points than them. There are kids who are jealous because someone got a higher test score than them or got accepted into a college before they did. I'm telling you, how you celebrate others says a lot about who you are as a person. The next core value I want to talk about is called focusing on solutions, not problems. And here's what this means for me. I don't want to sit around and talk about what's broken. I don't want to sit around and talk about what's wrong. I want to talk about how me and my friends can go fix it. I don't focus on the problem, I focus on the solution. So what do you and your friends talk about? Do you guys sit around and talk about what's broken, what's wrong, and how it's not working? Or do you sit and talk about how you